This training will cover basic fire safety for all staff and faculty in New York State Public Schools. Brought to you by the OCM BOCES Health, Safety, and Risk Management Office. The New York State Uniform Fire Code sets the minimum standards for fire prevention and protection. The New York State Education Department aligns with the code, but has further requirements for fire safety in public schools. The SED requires schools to perform fire inspections on a rolling 11-month frequency. These must be conducted by a certified fire inspector. However, fire safety is a year-round commitment that requires everyone to take part. Public schools in New York State must conduct 8 evacuation drills and 4 lockdown drills annually. If a building holds summer school, they must hold 2 additional fire drills. Drills shall be held on different days of the week and time of day, and must be conducted in a trauma-informed manner. Keep hallways, exits, and rescue windows clear and unobstructed. Do not hang combustible materials, such as paper and decorations, onto or above exits or on rescue windows. Do not place tables and desks in the hallway. Access to an exit cannot be restricted. Emergency lights and exit signs are required to guide occupants out of a building in the event of a power loss, loss of lighting, or smoke obscuring vision. Therefore, these must always be functional and not visually obstructed. Rated fire doors are meant to contain smoke and/or fire. They must be kept in a closed position unless held open by an approved device, such as an electromagnet that is connected to the fire alarm. Propping the door open with wedges, heavy items, or anything that interferes with the function of the fire or smoke door is not allowed. Doors requiring closers are not rendered inoperable by removal of the closer or the installation of any non-automatic hold-open device. Doors cannot be wedged open. The NYSED Manual of Planning Standards requires classroom doors, stairs, and corridor doors to have vision panels. As such, vision panels may not be covered. However, the Office of Facilities Planning has permitted temporary covering of vision panels in classroom doors during an emergency. The temporary covering of vision panels must be written board policy and included in the building level emergency plan. Fabric blinds must be Class A rated and meet NFPA 701 standard methods of fire tests for flame propagation of textiles and films. Exits must be easily visible and look like exits. Decorations to make the door not look like a door or objects placed to obstruct the visibility of the door are not allowed. Spaces greater than 500 square feet require a secondary means of egress. This could be a door directly to the exterior, a door to a separate smoke zone, or most commonly, a rescue window. Emergency rescue windows should be free of obstructing bars, screens, grills, or classroom equipment, or if so equipped, windows must be releasable or removable from the inside without the use of a key, tool, or force greater than that needed for normal operation. They must also be labeled with high-contrast stickers. Artwork and teaching materials in classrooms is limited to not more than 50% of any wall and limited to not more than 20% of any corridor wall. Artwork must be attached flat to the wall. 3D decorations are not allowed. Decorations are not permitted to be attached to any ceilings. Curtains, drapes, hangings, and other decorative materials suspended from walls or ceilings shall comply with fire code. They must be non-combustible and also shall not exceed 10% of the specific wall or ceiling. Ceiling tile grids are built to support only the weight of the ceiling assembly and are not designed for additional loads. Additionally, ceilings shall not be painted or decorated. This is to ensure fire rating is maintained. All furnishings must comply with Class 1 fire ratings. Personal furniture items from home are not allowed in classrooms. These items may have pet dander, food crumbs, or perfumes that could impact the classroom environment. Similar to furnishings, floor coverings must have Class 1 fire ratings. Here are some examples of the labels that can be found on approved floor coverings. Can light filter shades be installed under ceiling light fixtures? No. The Office of Facilities Planning at the SED has clarified that fabric light coverings are not allowed in schools, even if fire rated. The fixtures would need to be tested as an assembly with the light fixtures by the manufacturer. Modifying the fixture may void the original listing or labeling. Open flames are prohibited except in supervised science and technology labs. Proper precautions and safeguards must still be present when used in labs. Clearance between ignition sources, such as luminaries, heaters, flame-producing devices, and combustible materials, shall be maintained in an approved manner. Items shown on the slide are not recommended in a classroom environment. These should be used in a designated kitchen or break room area. Always follow the device manufacturer's instructions for charging, use, and storage. Make sure that the equipment has undergone third-party testing, such as Underwriters Laboratory or Intertech. Only replace batteries and chargers with components specifically designed and approved for the device. Be aware of where you charge your batteries, and remove devices and batteries from the charger once they are fully charged. Store the batteries in a cool, dry place. Keep devices at room temperature and avoid direct sunlight. Regularly inspect the device and batteries for warning signs such as heat, swelling, bulging, noise, odor, or smoke. If a battery overheats or you notice an odor, change in shape or color, leaking, or odd noises coming from the device, discontinue use immediately. If safe to do so, move the device away from anything that can catch fire and call 911. Lithium-ion and lithium polymer batteries supply power to many kinds of devices including smartphones, laptops, drones, scooters, e-bikes, power tools, smoke alarms, toys, Bluetooth headphones, and even cars. Lithium-ion batteries store a large amount of energy and can pose a threat if not treated properly. Lithium-ion batteries are easily rechargeable and have the highest energy density of any battery technology, meaning they can pack more power into a smaller space. They can also deliver voltage up to 3 times higher than other battery types. Generating all this electricity creates heat, which can lead to battery fires or explosions. This is especially true when a battery is damaged or defective, and uncontrolled chemical reactions called thermal runaway are allowed to occur. Powered micromobility devices like e-bikes or scooters shall be charged in accordance with their listing and the manufacturer's instructions using only the original equipment manufacturer supplied charging equipment or charging equipment in accordance with the listing and manufacturer's instructions. Powered micromobility devices shall be listed and labeled in accordance with UL 2272 or UL 2849 as applicable. Only listed devices utilizing listed charging equipment shall be permitted to be charged. Removable storage batteries shall not be stacked or charged in an enclosed cabinet unless the cabinet is listed in accordance with UL 1487 or specially designed and approved for such purpose. A minimum distance of 18 inches or 457.2 millimeters shall be maintained between each removable storage battery during charging operations unless each battery is isolated from neighboring batteries by an approved fire-resistant material. A minimum of 18 inches or 457.2 millimeters shall be maintained between the location of the battery on each powered micromobility device during charging operations. The indoor room or area shall be protected by a fire alarm system utilizing air aspirating smoke detectors or radiant energy sensing fire detection. The entire path of egress to exit a building must be easily traversable with no locks or devices that require special knowledge or effort. Extension cords shall be maintained in good condition without splices, deterioration, or damage. Extension cords must be properly used and are not a substitute for permanent wiring. Extension cords cannot be ran through walls or used in permanent settings. They should be unplugged at the end of each day. Open junction boxes and open wiring splices shall be prohibited. Approved covers shall be provided for all switch and electrical outlet boxes. Outlet, switch, junction boxes, and wire splices are covered. Most schools provide district-issued power strips that are approved for commercial use. Do not bring in cords, adapters, or strips from home. Power strips and adapters are intended for multiple light-duty devices, such as computers, peripherals, phones, and lights. They must never be used for appliances or heat-generating devices. Do not plug toasters, coffee makers, refrigerators, microwaves, or heaters into anything except directly into a wall outlet. Daisy chaining extension cords, adapters, or power strips is prohibited. Examples of these include plugging a power strip into another power strip, an extension cord into a power strip, or vice versa. String lights must be UL rated or equivalent. They should be LED, unplugged daily, and not plugged into power strips or extension cords. They cannot violate any other fire safety requirements, such as being installed around exits and rescue windows or attached to ceilings. Seasonal and holiday light strings are listed to UL 588 and are intended for temporary installation and use up to 90 days. The temporary use restriction will be printed on the listing label and in the manufacturer's instructions. Electrical service and branch equipment working space is unobstructed. Disconnects and electrical panels require 36 inches of clearance in all directions. Do not cover, obscure, or decorate electrical components. The New York State Fire Code requires fire extinguishers to be placed at certain distances throughout buildings. Code also requires them in certain high-hazard areas, such as kitchens, boiler rooms, tech and science labs, etc. Fire extinguishers come in many sizes and types, and the correct one must be chosen for the intended location and purpose. Fire extinguishers require routine maintenance and inspections. A competent employee must check them monthly to ensure they are ready for use. A certified company inspects them yearly, and every few years they receive pressure tests. Pull the fire alarm. Dial 911. If it is safe, remove anyone from the immediate danger area. Close the doors as you evacuate. Always be aware of at least 2 exits in your workplace, and walk to your predetermined meeting location away from the building. NYSED requires that storage in storerooms and classroom areas is orderly and restricted to items of obvious value and usefulness. Storage ceiling clearance of 24 inches is maintained in non-sprinklered areas of buildings or 18 inches below sprinkler head deflectors in sprinkled areas of the building. Space under stairs and landings is not used for storage unless separated by 2-hour fire-rated construction. Many districts do not allow portable heaters. Those that do generally require them to be district-issued and used properly. Do not bring in space heaters or portable heaters from home. Heaters must always be UL listed and have built-in tip-over and overheat protection. They must always be plugged in directly to a wall outlet. Keep combustible and flammable material away from heat sources. Always follow your district's policy on portable heaters. Instructions for evacuation from spaces are required. These could be a map with an arrow, simple written instructions, or a combination of both. Maps must be in a conspicuous area near the room's main entrance, such as on the wall next to the door. However, this should not be attached to the back of the door. Having a clear path to evacuate is critical. Classrooms should have clear aisles from any spot in the room, and hallways must maintain their designed width and be free and clear of any objects or obstructions. Be proactive. If you see something, say something. Report and submit work orders in a timely fashion.